In today's video, I'm going to teach you how you can use the ketogenic diet to lose weight, and I'm also going to teach you the #1 mistake that you need to avoid if you're going to try your hand at the keto diet, because it can be an absolutely amazing weight loss tool if you approach it in a sensible, evidence-based way. And if you're just a bit silly about it, or you listen to a lot of the snake oil salesmen on the internet, you can really mess yourself up with the keto diet. So I'm going to explain it in 2 bits. I'm going to talk about therapeutic ketosis and then ketosis for weight loss. I'm going to make it quick, make it a little bit fun. So the ketogenic diet, what is it? It has its basis as a therapeutic diet, I think originally used for the treatment of epilepsy, but now it's gone very mainstream because lots of people get really good kind of craving and hunger control. It's very, very simple, and it can be really, really effective weight loss diet because it turns your body into a fat burning machine. This is absolutely true. When you drop your carbohydrates really, really low, like you do in a keto diet, you end up burning more fat. The question is it dietary fat that you're eating, or body fat off your body? And that's what we're going to talk about in a second. But basically, it is a diet that is roughly 75% fat. The energy is coming from 75% fat, 20% protein, and 5% carbs, roughly. So what does this look like in real life? You could be eating eggs for breakfast, so like an omelette, eggs and veggies for breakfast, maybe some bacon. For lunch, you could be having chicken and avocado salad, and then for dinner, you could be having a salmon stir fry. So in that case, what you're doing is you're getting lots of fat from the eggs, from the avocado, from the salmon, a fair bit of protein, and then your carbs are pretty much just veggies, occasionally some berries, but basically green veggies, leafy, not starchy stuff. So you're not having potatoes, you're not having pasta, you're not having cereal, you're not having bread. All the carbs, and that is really the definition of the ketogenic diet. A true ketogenic diet, ketosis simply occurs when you lower carbohydrates low enough. It doesn't really matter what you're doing with the fat. You can have high or low fat. Ketosis comes about when you take your carbs really low and your body is forced to switch to start producing ketone bodies because your brain needs a certain amount of glucose. Now, the big mistake that people make when they're doing the ketogenic diet is they think, well, if I take my carbs low, that's going to lower my insulin and I'm just going to start losing body weight. That's not how it works. The insulin, basically, it will happen, and that will decide that you're burning more fat and less carbs. So it is a lever of what fuel source you're using. But when it comes to losing body fat, your fat balance, it is still about energy balance. It is driven by energy balance. We know this from all the studies when they match keto against kind of a more regular approach. It's still about the balance between calories in and calories out. So what we can see here is I've put a 1400, a 2000, and a 2800 calorie diet that adhere to these portions. And what I'm going to say, we're going to assume that the person needs 2000 calories a day to survive. In this case, this person here is creating a 600 calorie deficit and is losing fat whilst eating the keto diet. This person here, whilst eating a lot of fat, is balancing their calories in against calories out and is not losing any fat. And in this case, the person is actually eating a whole, this could be like the tons of, coconut oil in your coffee, lots of bacon, not even thinking about, just thinking, as long as I don't eat carbs, I'm going to lose fat. And that's not the case. This person is gaining fat whilst in the ketogenic diet. People don't think you can do this, but this is such a huge mistake, because what happens in this case is you are gaining fat, but at the start you'll be losing weight. You're losing water weight, but you're gaining fat mass. And then at a certain point, 5-6 weeks into the diet, you level out. Then when you decide it fails and you come off the keto diet, you'll find out that you are actually 5 to 10 pounds heavier in terms of fat than you originally were, because the water comes back into your cells, and this is where you are. So that is the absolute mistake. The mistake is to think, as long as I don't eat any carbs, I will just lose weight. And it's simply wrong. You can get very, very fat in a ketogenic diet. So please be very, very careful of people telling you that you can eat unlimited fat, because it's simply not the case. Fat, on balance, is not always that satiating, that filling. It's very easy to overeat if you're not careful, and it just goes straight onto your body. It can be stored as body fat in the absence of insulin. It is a very, very slippery slope to think that, all fat is good, I can eat as much fat as I want. It's simply not the case. It will really, really mess you up. The people who are true practitioners of the ketogenic diet teach it like this. Protein is a goal, carbs is a limit, and then fat is a lever. I think it's Louis from Keto Gains is the one that's renowned for saying that, and it's a very, very clever approach. So what you do is, as you're trying to progress for weight loss for ketogenic diet, you leverage down the fat intake, and a lot of people doing keto diets are eating well below 100 grams of fat a day. They could be eating 70 grams of fat a day all the way down to 50 grams of fat a day when they're trying to push things along. They keep a certain amount of fat in for hormonal benefits, but they are not adhering to these ratios at all. They are leveraging down their fat to make sure that energy balance produces the deficit and they lose body weight. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. Ketogenic diet can be a wonderful diet for blocking out cravings and that. Make sure you look after your electrolytes. If you would like some help with the ketogenic diet, don't ask me, because I'm, I love my carbs and I only coach a few people keto. Check out some of the real good practitioners, Volek, Keto Gains, these types of people. Be very, very careful of the snake oil people on the internet. And if you've got any questions or if you like some more general coaching, check me out. Otherwise, I will talk to you another day.